Welcome to Daily Scripture Reading. I do not own the rights to this music. Job chapter 31. This is the Amplified Version. Job asserts his integrity. I have made a covenant agreement with my eyes. How then could I gaze lustfully at a virgin? For what is the portion I would have from God above? And what heritage from the Almighty on high? Does not tragedy fall justly on the unjust, and disaster to those who work wickedness? Does not God see my ways and count all my steps? If I have walked with falsehood, or if my foot has chased after deceit, oh, let him weigh me with accurate scales, and let God know my integrity. If my steps has turned away from the way of God, or if my heart has covetously followed my eyes, or if any spot of guilt has stained my hands, then let me plant and let another eat from the results of my labor, and let my crops be uprooted and ruined. If my heart has been enticed, and I was made a fool by a woman, or if I have covetously lurked at my neighbor's door until his departure, let my wife grind meal like a bond slave for another man, and let others kneel down over her. For adultery is a heinous and lustful crime. Moreover, it would be a sin punishable by the judges. For it is a fire which consumes to Abaddon, destruction, ruin, final torment. An illicit passion would burn and rage and uproot all my life's increase, destroying everything. If I have despised and rejected the claim of my male or female servants, when they filed a complaint against me, what then could I do when God arises to judge me? When he calls me to account, what will I answer him? Did not he who made me in the womb make my servant? And did not the same one fashion us both in the womb? If I have withheld from the poor what they desired, or I have caused the eyes of the widow to look in vain for relief, or have eaten my morsel of food alone, and did not share it with the orphan, but from my youth the orphan grew up with me as with a father, and from my mother's womb I have been the widow's guide. If I have seen anyone perish for lack of clothing, or any poor person without covering, if his loins have not thanked and blessed me for clothing them, and if he was not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have lifted my hand against the orphan, because I saw that the judges would be my help at the council gate, then let my shoulder fall away from its socket, and my arm be broken off at the elbow. For tragedy from God is a terror to me, and because of his majesty and exaltation, I can do nothing, nor endure facing him. If I have put my trust and confidence in gold, or I have declared fine gold, my hope and assurance, if I have gloated and rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because my powerful hand alone had obtained so much, if I beheld the sun as an object of worship when it shone, or the moon going in its splendor, and my heart became secretly enticed by them, and my hand threw a kiss from my mouth in respect to them, this also would have been a heinous sin calling for judgment, for I would have denied God above. Have I rejoiced at the destruction of the enemy who hated me, or exalted in malicious triumph when evil overtook him? No, I have not allowed my mouth to sin by cursing my enemy and asking for his life. I assure you, the men of my tent have said, who can find one in need who has not been satisfied with his meat? The stranger has not lodged in the street, because I have opened my door to the traveler. Have I concealed my transgressions like Adam, or like other men, by hiding my wickedness in my bosom? Because I feared the great multitude, and the contempt of families terrified me, so that I kept silence and did not acknowledge my sin, and did not go out of the door. Oh, that I had one to listen to me. Look, here is my signature mark. Let the Almighty answer me. Let my adversary write out his indictment and put his vague accusations in tangible form. Surely I would proudly bear it on my shoulder and bind the scroll around my head like a crown. I will count out to him the number of my steps, with every detail of my life, approaching his presence as if I were a prince. For if my land has cried out against me, and its furrows weep together, if I have eaten its fruits without paying for them, or have caused its rightful owners to lose their lives, let thorns grow instead of wheat, and stinkweed and cockleburrs instead of barley. So the words of Job with his friends are finished. The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.